Our first outing in Ireland, we went to a place called Howth. It was beautiful and it overlooked this bay area. We got to take lots of neat pictures of wildlife there. There were these beautiful birds, and we also saw some sea lions in the water. There were probably about 4 or 5 of them. Really cool to get the opportunity to see those up close. And the views from the restaurant were absolutely beautiful. There was glass all around. The restaurant was called Aquas, and it was excellent. This is the courtyard of our hotel where I would start my mornings and have my devotion time every morning. There were cute little critters just about every day. A lot of fun. This is the monument in downtown Dublin, the O'Connell Monument. He was a nationalist leader. And this is the bridge that takes you over to the Temple Bar area. The Temple Bar area is where all of the Irish pubs are. There's a lot of places to eat there and beautiful buildings, really colorful and just a lot of fun to see. And we visited several places in the Temple Bar area while we were there. One of my favorite places to eat was this wine bistro called Olisa's. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but this sandwich was delicious. Oh my goodness. And the goat cheese was amazing. Dublin Castle, that is where I went next. And that's a picture of the entryway there. And that is Dublin Castle. There are other images of that that are better, but that's the one that my favorite one I took. This is Trinity College in Dublin. Very, very cool building. This is a monument inside of the Trinity College area. This is the entry to Trinity College. I love the doors. I fell in love with all of the doors. I took so many pictures. They were really just unique and beautiful. So I have several pictures. I'm only showing you a few, but I really liked the doors. This is me on the open air bus ride. That was a blast. I hated it that Steve didn't get to go with me. This is the harp bridge. It's actually made out of real strings, and they shut it down during holidays and they light it up, and it actually plays music. It was so cool. This was our day trip where we went to the Malahide Castle. It was a really interesting tour that we did. This is inside the Malahide Castle, and it was owned by the Talbot family. And this is one of their, I don't know if this was like a library. This door right here is a depiction of the story of Adam and Eve, and it was a secret door where they used to hide their priests because I guess for a time Christianity was unacceptable. This is the back area leading to the gardens. This tree is over 800 or 900 years old. Steve is standing there by it. This is me just hanging out in the garden. Really a lot of fun. We enjoyed that day. And then we traveled up to the Giant's Causeway. This place is just phenomenal. The pictures do not do it justice. It's so pretty. And you definitely need your hiking shoes if you're going. A lot of walking, and there are different levels of trails that you can go on there. But it was absolutely gorgeous. And one evening, Steve and I went to downtown Dublin to the Guinness Storehouse. It's a big attraction there. This was a really cool water feature inside of the Guinness Storehouse. We learned all about the history of Guinness beer and how they make it. And there's Steve. And at the top, once you get to the top of the building, this is the view. Really awesome view. You can't really tell because it's a cloudy day. And you get a Guinness beer, which Steve enjoyed. I did not so much. My very favorite day I saved for last is when we went to Glendalough and Wicklow Mountains. These are the beautiful Wicklow Mountains that we drove through to get to Glendalough. and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was foggy that day, but we were able to see quite a bit. And we came up on these two sheep that were so close to the road. I mean, they were probably 3 feet away from us. It was amazing. So in Glendalough, we heard the story about St. Kevin. He had moved to Glendalough to kind of get away and be alone. He had quite the following, I guess. He was a preacher of the gospel, and he went there to get alone, and that is the cross, one of the crosses there at the grave site where he would have been buried. This is St. Kevin's Church there at Glendalough. That's Steve. And this is a picture of both of us at the church. So St. Kevin went there to get away, but his followers loved him so much that they came with him. This is the prayer tower at Glendalough, and they would call for prayer, I think it was either 3 or 5 times a day. Glendalough is the valley of two lakes, and this is me sitting by the lake. This was a very spiritual day for me. It's hard to explain. This is Steve at the entrance of the gate, and you were supposed to leave your sins there before you entered in. So this concludes our tour of Ireland. There's a lot more to tell, but that's all for now.